Also at this hour, amid the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine war and Israel's increasingly critical stance on Russian atrocities and anti-Semitic rhetoric, there could be a possibility for change in relationship between the two nations. This as Russia may have fired S-300 missiles in Syria last week, which was aimed at Israeli jets. Now, according to unnamed sources, S-300 batteries allegedly opened fire on Israeli jets in Syria for the first time on Friday night. Israel's broadcaster reported that these batteries are operated by the Russian military and apparently can only be fired with Moscow's approval. Russian media has so far not addressed the claims. However, in a statement that did not mention the alleged incident, Defense Minister Benny Gantz insisted Israel would not be deterred. He said, and I quote, "The state of Israel will continue to act against any enemy that threatens it and prevent the transfer of advanced capabilities from Iran that endanger the citizens of Israel and harm the stability of the entire region." End of quote. Gantz says this while visiting the Army's Northern Command. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, Israel's ambassador to Ukraine, Michael Brodsky, shared a photo of himself back in Kyiv. He was raising the Israeli flag at the country's embassy there 3 months after it was evacuated because of the Russia-Ukraine war. The ambassador is expected to hold talks with the Ukrainian government about its reopening of the embassy. This follows U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's announcement that the U.S. will resume its embassy's activities in Kyiv very soon. Our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report. Take a look.
So far, Russia and Israel have followed a deconfliction strategy in Syria, where Russia controls the airspace. This has reportedly enabled Israel to strike Iranian illegal arms shipments and targets. And since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, Israel has been balancing its relations with Moscow and Kyiv, with Prime Minister Bennett even acting as a mediator between the two countries' leaders at times. Now, if these two latest developments are confirmed, it remains to be seen if the moves signify a reassessment of ties between Moscow and Jerusalem going forwards. This is Jody Cohen for WION World as One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.